Sup, VC? Yo, we're back again for the third time. This will probably be our last one for the evening. Star wanted to talk about flea markets and finds that she's accumulated, and some are pretty fucking sweet. Like, I'm really shocked at what she paid for and what she found. She's gotten lucky a few times, and she's taken me and she's shown me the ways of the flea market. I've yet to have the luck that she's had so far. So, dude, tell them about some of this cool shit. OG pressings too, by the way, from some of it. But yeah, just do your thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's true. I'm a flea market vinyl shopper, and I've actually been a thrift store and flea market shopper for many decades. I love the thrill of the hunt. I like looking for things. I love the feeling when you actually stumble upon something that is completely amazing and blows your mind. And that's what
cheap.
this is about. And it's cheap. And it's cheap.
You go anywhere else, you're gonna pay triple, quadruple for it. You know what I mean? Like,
sometimes you come away with nothing. Sometimes you come away with gold mined.
Yeah.
And you never know what it's going to be, but it's always going to be a mystery, and it's always going to be a delightful surprise when you find it.
Mm-hmm.
The first album that I wanted to open up with, I'm not going to take the shiny original shrink wrap off it, because that's what we're dealing with. But this album is actually what reintroduced me to vinyl collecting, and like I've mentioned before, I've listened to vinyl since I was a child, since I was a wee lass, knee-high to a grasshopper. My grandparents and my mother were vinyl collectors and players, and I've been spinning and dancing and singing along to vinyl since I was about 3, 4, 5 years old. About 10, 11, 12 now, 12 now years ago, I was at a flea market, and I saw this from across the way. It's the Rolling Stones, Some Girls, and it's got this amazing interactive cover to it, and although I can't take it out, I'm sorry for the quality. It's a little shiny.
It looks good to me. I mean, okay,
you would look out for that.
I'll be your quality control guy.
I don't want to say that I was. Well, no, I was never into the rockabilly scene. No, I don't want to ever say that. But definitely at the time I was into vintage art and pinups and things like that. So when I saw this across a crowded room that morning, I was like, what is that? And I went over and I was like, the Rolling Stones, Some Girls, amazing. It's propped up on a table all on its own, and it's really cool because there's some cutouts on the front. It's, obviously a vintage advertisement for wigs, and then when you pull out the insert, there's the faces of our favorite Rolling Stones and the other people we love in there. Yeah. And it's a very, very cool record. And I was like, that is a very, very cool thing.
Tell them how much you paid.
$1.
OG pressing. It's pretty clean, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. It's got the original shrink on it, and it's nice. It's minty.
Very nice.
Love it. So this is the actual record that got me back into vinyl collecting as an adult. Actually, this is one of the last records that I found at the flea market, but going along with genres, we have the Rolling Stones Sticky Fingers here, and it has the working zipper. I'm not gonna fuck with it. It's pretty old, you know how it is. But it's got the zipper on the front, and then
chonies.
The chonies inside.
Yeah,
it's rad. I found that. I got this for $1.
And it's clean too. I played it the other night.
Yeah,
fucking, it's nice.
$1.
Yep.
For zipper Sticky Fingers. I also have some really great stories about. I've literally hit the gold mine on 2 occasions. Like, I found some cool shit at the flea market when I've been going. You have to be religious about it. You have to get up. You have to go there early. There's probably about half a dozen other hipster dorks that you're following around.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
You spawn them. Sometimes you beat them to the boxes, and sometimes they beat you. But even if they beat you, you can stand behind them while they're crouched in the dirt flipping through albums and, shop over their shoulders. But twice in the last 12 years, I've hit the gold mine. And I don't remember exactly which gold mine these came from, but...
Put them all together with the story you told me. Might as well say that
the
kids. And,
The first gold mine that I ever hit as a flea market shopper, I showed up at 6:30 a.m. at the Golden West swap meet in Huntington Beach, and these teenage boys were literally selling their father's collection of vinyl so they could buy beer for the 4th of July celebration that night. Your loss, not mine.
Yeah.
And from some of those finds that I did come across, I think I paid about $25 for a grip of albums, and these are just some of them. I had so many. There was Cream, there was The Doors, there was some of the stuff that's in my hand already.
Yeah.
This is the Beatles rarities.
That, which I was pretty surprised because that's a German release. I think that was released in the late 70s. The American release was released in 1980, I think. And the striking thing behind it is I have an American version right here. Just so happen to have one. Yes. Our helpers like to help our off-camera midgets.
There's so many people that help us out here.
Fetch us our records. Quick, Bingsley, bring us the Beatles record. Mental. Anyways, so I have, this is the American one, which I'm sure a lot of you all know. And this one, I remember reading about it, and I've never had one in my hands, never saw one before, but this is, it's German, it's, the running order of songs is totally different. I think there's probably only maybe 4 or 5 songs that are identical between the two. The rest are completely different. It's really interesting to go out of focus.
Wow.
And to be fuzzy and just lost.
Wow. What happened?
Your rarities kind of
I fuck things up.
threw that off pretty bad. But anyways, so if you can just throw it here, I'm sure you can hear me. But what I was going to say is the Rarities album was, look, it's coming back.
We're back.
So
sorry.
yeah, so 80s, 70s, late 70s. Thought it was really cool, and I think she got that in her bundle. Did that the $20 people or
yeah, it was about I had $25, and I walked away with a stack. I had to go back to my car and drop them off because the shit was too heavy to walk around with.
Oh, that was pretty neat.
It was. And during that moment, I also found, for the first time, Abbey Road. Not huge. I mean, you can find this at any respectable record shop for about $9.99, depending on the condition. This was not in the greatest condition. There's no ring wear. There's a little bit of wear on the edges. There's a little bit of scuff on the vinyl. Yeah, it's about a $9.99 record. But I got it for $1.
I'll tell you what, though. Mm-hmm. This is a reissue, okay? It's Purple Capital. The story behind these Purple Capital labels, if you know, which I'm sure a lot of you do, this was, if you find any of these, this is some of the best pressings of Beatles records. These were done in the 80s. I think the 80s, early 80s, mid-ladies.
Hey, ladies.
The sound quality is great on these purple labels. Probably this is the last of the great pressings, because I think it was, they used the original masters, because a lot of the stuff that they pressed on represses were not from the masters, they were from already pressed pressings that he just made a bunch of. But these, for some reason, I have a Beatles first album on a purple Capitol label. Amazing. And so when I saw this in our collection, I was like, oh yeah, cool, Abbey Road, whatever, la la la. I was like, holy shit, it's a purple label. Do you know what this means? And she's like, no. I'm like, this is, for sound quality, the best, and they always will be. So she got this for $1. Usually, I think purple labels anywhere between $10 to $15, depending on like who has it or who's selling it, you know. So, anyways, I just thought I'd interject.
You see, that's why he's so cool. I was telling you, this guy's cool, and that's why.
It's cool.
There's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk more about it? You probably know more about this than I do.
I mean, from one, she got all this stuff for $1.
It's the Magical Mystery Tour, and it has the
There's a book in it.
it has the little booklet in it, and it's got all kinds of trippy pictures.
Yep. That's the way it was.
Mystery Tour.
Yeah, that was the way it was released in the 60s. I have an 80s reissue. They didn't include the book anymore. Printing cost. I think they kept the books in there throughout a lot of the 70s stuff. I think this is an Apple reissue, which a lot of their stuff was reissued in the 70s. I don't know how far into the 70s it was on Apple, but I think it's an Apple label.
You want to check?
Okay, sure.
Let's see.
Half it open. Nope. It's actually
it's
a
a
rainbow.
Capitol.
It's a Capitol rainbow.
Yeah.
So that was, well, shit me sideways, man. That was 80s. Because they were doing all the 80s stuff was done on the rainbow label. For their later stuff.
I got it for $1.
I know.
$1. How much did you pay for it?
I bought it new reissue for $5, I think. When I was
Got it for $1.
10. I know. So that's 4 quarters, ladies and gentlemen. It's 100 pages.
This is a significant album for me because it's actually, I don't know if you remember my initial video I made with Josh, but I showed the Moody Blues, but I was actually thinking about Sgt. Pepper's because this is actually one of the most significant bands and albums of my youth. And the Beatles have always been there with me and for me, and I got this one for $1 too. I think it was those same kids selling records for beer money. Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Cutout still intact.
Yeah, it's got the cutouts and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, this is an Apple. So okay, so this was an Apple repressing, probably 70s, but they still kept all the little fun trinkets in there that they didn't. Because I have an 80s reissue of it on the rainbow label, and it didn't have the cutouts. I went and bought a really shitty mono copy just because it had the cutouts in it. So I'm probably gonna Frankenstein one together one of these days. You know, once you find a better looking one, give me a worse shape, missing a bunch of stuff as far as the cover is concerned, but the record's clean. So yeah.
This one again, not huge. Usually $9.99 at the record store, but this is Led Zeppelin. It's House of the Holy, but it's mini fresh, and I got this for $1 as well. Again, silly boys selling vinyl for beer money.
Yeah.
That's fine. I took it off your hands.
Yeah, she did.
And this one, also Physical Graffiti, a very fun album. Not only great music, but an interactive cover that you can have fun with. There's many things you can do with this.
Rob in Boston, this one's for you. Actually, the Led Zeppelin stuff's for you, brother.
Oh, that's
I know
right.
you love your Led Zeppelin. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can take the inserts out and you can change them around a few different ways. You can see different pictures in the windows.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But,
For $1.
Yeah.
OG.
$1. OG. Laughing. And then, I got some nice Best of Cream here. Also $1.
Clean.
Cream.
It's a clean. It's a clean cream.
We like cream.
Good power trio, right? Yeah. Speaking of power trio people, no, they had 4 people.
They had
No,
4
they
people.
had 4 people. I'm
Yeah.
such a lying bastard.
It's the Doors.
Yeah.
First album?
Yeah, that's their first one.
Yeah. $1.
Each one of these guys made 50 grand a piece off this record.
Which, yeah.
Can you believe that? Being 24 years old and having 50 grand just thrown at your face. There you go. You guys did a great record. Here's some royalty money.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got all their good stuff.
So let's go get drunk. That's what I would do.
That's what they did.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And Waiting for the Sun.
I would buy more cats.
Ah.
Right.
Chihuahuas are where it's at.
Yeah.
Chihuahua power. But yeah, I got this one too for $1.
But
This and many more.
so yeah, I mean that's the flea market thing, man. I guess it's cool because swear to God, you probably pay between $7 and probably $10 to $15 for most of this stuff. It's pretty clean, and of course they'd buy it from you for like maybe $1 or $2, but they would sell it for 12 or 13. But yeah, so for the flea market thing, I've gone a few times. I found some stuff, but nothing quite like that where it's staple
last
albums to
time
have.
you were like NXS and Pretenders, right?
Yeah, I found some of that stuff and found our Chemical Brothers album, and I got a 2 Live Crew record, which
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
So
Yeah. And like it was funny because we were walking around the flea market and I was like, "Oh, there's a box underneath that table," and he wasn't even seeing it.
No, was it? Because my radar's off. But
it's a flea market thing.
Yeah. So
you have to be attuned.
I guess
Just follow the hipsters.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, get there before they do, right? So anyway, so that was it. So this is last video, last time you'll see us. I'm sure you're tired of looking at our faces, but we have a new face.
This is Chewy.
Our animals came out from hiding.
Andy and Chewy.
Indiana. But
our cat and dog.
Yeah,
I'm a dog person. He's a cat person.
So weird. Yep. So anyways, so we'll see you guys. So for sure now we're not we're not lying to you this time, but we'll see you probably in a week or 2 or so when we have more to show. Okay? So you guys have a fun weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Hasta
Luego.